Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky the Red Power Ranger, and you are watching Smart Tank Revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SmarkTank Revolution, where we always kick out at two. I am your host, Mr. Donnie Wonderful, in the flesh, back at you with another video. And I am flying solo today. I'm in the office, and I wanted to plug this mic on and go on a tangent about wrestling, as I typically do. But this time, I want to add a little caveat to it. It's not just going to be a random tangent here. I actually have some things that I want to share that I believe to be true and I believe will be beneficial. And it's all theory because none of this stuff is likely going to happen. But if it were, I just want to play Dream Merchant and Dream Booker for about good 10 minutes. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you guys agree. These are all just logics and theories. But I was thinking, what if this guy from WWE went over to AEW and vice versa, right? And I was just thinking, and I was thinking actually really hard on it. And I was saying, you know what? Because I think we all do it. We would love to see certain guys wrestle and certain pairs get made that can't be made now due to, obviously due to promotional barriers. But let's just play here. Let's all just have fun being smarks for a few minutes of our day today, and let me know if you guys agree. So I've came up with a list of there's 10 people on it, uh five from each promotion, just WWE and AEW today. And this is the ultimate what if. Well, not ultimate, but just a damn good what if. So what if five wrestlers from AEW, five wrestlers from WWE, what if they intertwined or not face each other, but what if they switched allegiances? What would happen? So for instance, right? The number one person I was thinking of, and not in any particular order, but Johnny G, Johnny Wrestling, right? Let's say that Johnny G goes, Mr. Gargano goes over to AEW, right? How do you think that he would be booked there? And the reason why, like I start off and I can lead off with him, is due to his size. Now, Vince doesn't really like the smaller guys, and that was one of the reasons why he never got called up by Vince when he was in NXT. You guys can fact check me on that theory, but you know, we've seen him in person at Raw this past earlier this year. I think back in March when they were up in the New England area, and yeah, he is very small. Like he's small. I want to say I'm not gonna guess his height. I'm 6'4", so everybody's small to me. But but he despite his lack of size, he's a great wrestler. And I think that's been proven through Darby Allin. You know, you can refer to Darby Allin. He's not the biggest guy on the roster, but he can have pretty damn good matches. And we all seem to be a fan of Darby Allin. I've never heard a detractor of Darby, aside from the fact that he clearly, well, like whatever his show is, like if Darby's in town, buy a ticket to that show. That could be his last. He's gonna lunge himself off of something, and you never know. I mean, good Lord, the bumps that Darby Allin takes are brutal. Are brutal. I'm like, man, is he gonna get up? Is that an injury? Man, I mean, shoot, good Lord. But I mean, I digress. I think Johnny Wrestling would do great over in AEW, especially with the style of matches that they have over there. That they're allowed to be a lot more free, and everybody's diving off of shit. And, I think he would do really well there. And here AEW would be getting somebody with a proven track record. You could just go back and look at his NXT deals. He has had some great matches in NXT. And I think Johnny Wrestling, you would do great over on the TNT and TBS side of things. And in return, not that we're doing this in trade, but Vince likes the big guys, right? Wardlow, come on over to Stanford. Can you guys imagine what that would look like? The Powerbomb Symphony on Raw or SmackDown. Vince loves the big guys. Wardlow would be perfect. Perfect. I mean, that's a WWE wrestler right in front of us, Wardlow. You know, imagine that booking. Imagine those feuds. He could feud with the big guys. Wardlow versus Gunther, Wardlow versus Drew, of course, Wardlow versus Sheamus. All of these things would have Vince salivating over at Gorilla. I think that's a really good pair. I think you know Johnny Gargano over to AEW, Wardlow over to WWE. I think that's great. I think that works. So let's move along. So um, from WWE, I would like to see Randy Orton go over to AEW. Um, simply because I think Randy has wrestled everybody in WWE. I would like to see Randy Orton back in the ring, period. And I think he's the wild card because it doesn't matter where he goes. Um, there hasn't been enough praise for Randy Orton, in my opinion, over the past few years. We talk about how great Roman is, and we talk about how great Chris Jericho has been with re-identifying himself, and you know, one guy that just gets glossed over, and he gets his fair shake in certain circles, but we're not talking about how good Randy Orton has been over the last few years, man. But not even over the last few years. I mean, like for the last 2 decades, Randy Orton has done everything imaginable. And I remember when his contract was expiring, he was flirting with the idea of going to AEW essentially to get more money, which was a great allegedly. I don't know about this. I can't speak for the man. And I'm not going to count his pockets. But if that tactic was true, I'm glad he did it. I love everything Randy Orton does as a babyface or as a heel, and I would love to see him paired with. It's a good question, actually. I would just love to see him wrestle guys I haven't seen him wrestle before. You can put, like I said, you can put Randy Orton anywhere. He's going to have a great match with anybody, any type of match. I would prefer it to be a traditional wrestling match because I'm just thinking, okay, here's the crux of it. If everybody's coming with these crazy, beautiful, innovative ways to take the RKO, imagine what would it would be like on the AEW side. These guys are just again, they're diving off shit all the time, so I'm pretty sure it'll get more intense on that side. So that's also one of the reasons why I would love to see Randy Orton over the AEW. Just give me like a few months, just a few months, Randy Orton versus Hangman Adam Page. I think that moves the needle. Just stuff like that. And going over to WWE, I have the Young Bucks slash the Elite. And I think it's the only hurdle that they need to jump. I'm not sure if the booking would work, especially for the Young Bucks, because again, Vince doesn't like allegedly. I'm not speaking for you, Vince. If you ever hear this, I'm a big fan, big fan, big fan. But not sure if the size of the Bucks. I'm not sure if Vince would be impressed by it, but one thing we all have to be impressed by is their body of work, and I think like this pair with Randy Orton and the Young Bucks, I would like to see a swap just to see them wrestle everyone, because I think that type of move here benefits everybody because Randy Orton would be at a Forbidden Door, and like there's a lot of the WWE guys that I would love to see wrestle at a Forbidden Door event because I think that's the only thing that they need. And not to say that that the WWE guys actually let me retract. They don't need that. It's just those are the some of the fantasy matches that we wish we could see. And the Young Bucks slash the Elite is because I said on this channel I would love to see Kenny Omega and Seth Rollins go at it. I think that would be a phenomenal hint. Uh, you could throw him in there too. Imagine that three-way match: Seth, AJ, Kenny, WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 41. Does that not move the needle? Or as I've been saying lately, does that not set the world on fire? Just the name on that marquee alone. And how about this? Imagine the person or the people that have to go after them, night one or two. You get what I'm saying now? All right, all right. So third, Joey, you're gonna love this. So moving over, my esteemed colleague, I give him a shout out every video, Mr. Joey Business. You're gonna love this one right here. So going over to AEW is our boy, the Baron, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, I believe. I'm a huge fan of Baron Corbin. You know, I didn't really like the Lone Wolf, but everything else, every other incarnation of Baron Corbin, I believe, showed us a different layer to him, and I thought that he pulled it off really well. So, you know, he reeled me in. I thought the first, you know, the long hair, the lone wolf. I said, you know, it's okay. It's okay. You know, I just thought it was vanilla. But he showed us he has many flavors. Flavors. And I believe that he should be a world champion. And if Hunter, Vince, whoever's pulling the strings, if they're not going to allow this to happen, if they're not going to elevate this man, then go see my boy Tony. Because it has to happen. I'm sorry. It has to happen. Or can you imagine him being paired with MJF as allies? I mean, heel MJF? Come on now. Come on. Joey, you already hate, for some reason, you already hate Baron Corbin. Can you imagine seeing those two side by side in unison? That promo will live for eternity on the internet. Eternity. It would be great. All right? That's my own selfish little thing I want to see. Baron Corbin over to AEW, give him a title run, put a belt on him. I don't care, the TNT or hey, listen, have him have him dump out the freshly squeezed orange juice from Orange Cassidy and have him go on a Roman Reign run, Roman Reigns run with the international title. That man needs to be in gold. Baron Corbin needs to be in gold. He needs to be a champion. Also going over to the flip side, going over to WWE from AEW. Again, Vince is gonna love this one. Powerhouse Hobbs. I think Powerhouse Hobbs with Bobby Lashley, with MVP, with um, Cedric Alexander and Omas. I'm forgetting somebody. I'm forgetting somebody, but that hurt business, that look alone, whew, man, that's money. That's dollars. That's dollars. I can't think of who I'm forgetting right now. You know, it's I'm at the office, man. You know, sometimes my brain doesn't work all the way, but even so, you know, Powerhouse Hobbs is a big guy. You know, like I can see um Powerhouse Hobbs working as a good heel against Kevin Owens and Sammy. You know what I mean? Like I think Powerhouse Hobbs is an underrated worker. You know, who's getting better and better each year, and I would love to see him over in Stanford. You know, getting a really good push there. Even even if he's not never a world champion, like a Powerhouse Hobbs, the look of him, he can challenge for any title that's there and look credible. You know, and I think that they would know how to use him and draw money with him. Not to say that that Tony doesn't, but I'm just saying like the pairings, in my opinion, now Powerhouse Hobbs, they look more beneficial over in Stanford. So if that happens, I would be excited to see it. And if you have to pair him with a mouthpiece, MVP's right there, and there's your new an improved Hurt Business 2.0. You know, like 'cause all those guys would be legit. All right, so number four, we're gonna give the ladies some credit here too. We're gonna give them some shine here. So the fourth person from WWE that I wouldn't mind seeing over in AEW is none other than Natalia. Natty. Now Natty going over to AEW make bolsters their women's roster, you know? Bolsters. I don't see, and hopefully one of our supporters, any one of you that knows anything about this, I mean, by the time I stop recording this and edit it, I'd likely, hit up the Google machine. But where is Serena Deeb? Where is Serena Deeb? And the reason why I'm asking is because I'm not as upset with not that I was upset, that's the wrong word to use. But the weakness of AEW, I want to say maybe in 2020, was the depth of their women's roster. They have greatly and vastly improved since then, since the pandemic year. And I was satisfied with Hikaru Shida. Of course, Britt's a star. I love how they have Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter. I absolutely love it. Mm, Love, love the improvements that they've made. I would like to see a strong, maybe 30 woman roster, maybe, if that's fair. If the AEW women had to do a Royal Rumble, can they get 30 women on there that you would believe that has the credibility to win it? I think they have about 9 or 10. So, they still have some work to do. They are improving. I can tell you that. And I just think that Natty being over there, Natty versus Tony Storm, Natty versus Jamie Hayter, Natty versus um, even Willow Nightingale. I think there's some interesting pairings to be made over on the TNT TBS side. And I guess, to swap women. All right. So I'm trying to think of somebody that wasn't in NXT. Oh, hey, well, shoot, we don't even know if she's coming back to AEW. I'm gonna say Jade Cargill, please. Oh my God, we're gonna pray live on this podcast channel right now. If there's any way, of course, there's a way you can do it. You're the all knowing. You can make anything happen. I would love to see Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair in the ring. I don't know where I don't, oh my goodness gracious. Me selfishly, I want Jade Cargill over there for that. Just, just for that view. But can you imagine what Titan Sports and Titan Towers would do with a woman that looked, listen, I'm just gonna have to go to the fifth one. I mean, I'm salivating here. Like to have them both. I mean, they probably both wouldn't be on the same show, even though if that were to happen and they weren't on the same show, I'm crying foul. I'm calling Al Sharpton. We're calling the NAACP because we're gonna have to unite. We're gonna have to unite our black sisters. Shoot, let that happen. Jade Cargill don't even know she's coming back to AEW. So you call her Vince, and we put them on the pay per view in February. Do it for Black History Month. Do it for me. Do it for me, please. I wouldn't care who wins. And I will personally say that match, I don't care how it ends or what happens, it's going to be a 3 count. It's going to be a 5 count, actually. I just want to see those two. Oh, I want to see those two beautiful, fine women in the ring. Good Lord. Jade Cargill, please, please, if you ever get this, make that, talk to Vince, talk to Hunter. Y'all know she looks great. Aesthetically, she looks great. Her versus Bianca, that's the only thing I want to see. It can be a one off. I don't care. But God, please let that happen. God, let that happen. Man. All right. So, um, one more. Yeah, it'll be five after this. So, I would like to see the WWE side. I would love to see Madcap Moss go over to AEW. You can repackage him. He's really talented. We've ranked a few of his matches, his pay-per-view matches, I think from 2021 on this channel, and he's always been a real impressive wrestler to me. He's really fast, really quick, really athletic, and hey, I'm not sure if he's hurt or not. It's been a while since I caught SmackDown, so I don't know what the situation is right now. But I would love to see him go over to AEW, and I know they would push him to the moon. Just again based on his athleticism alone and his abilities alone, they push him to the moon. And on the flip side, I think this one might surprise everybody, but from AEW, bring Ethan Page over to WWE. Let WWE creative have fun rebranding him and elevating his status because I know for like he has the look to really be an impact player. I think I always thought the name as well. Hey, there's already too many pages in AEW anyway. When DDP come back, when he was doing his little thing, not little thing, but when he was making his appearances, you had DDP, you had Hangman and Ethan. Hey, there's one page too many in this book. Let him come on over to WWE. See what they would do for him in Stanford. Yeah, I can see Ethan Page wrestling or having an impact like the Miz or I can even see Ethan Page and Edge. There's a with the right build. Yeah, I would like to see those pairings and those swaps. I think I can tell you like 95% of it is all genuine. This is off the cuff, of course. But aside from Jay Cargill, is just my just wet dream. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Love them both, love them both. But I would love to see just like I was saying 5 minutes ago, whenever I was speaking of it, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I would love to just to see those two in the ring, like, and they can do a pose down or something. I just think that um like the look of those two complement each other. I think Bianca Belair is far more superior in the ring right now. Jade, still learning, still getting better, but I think those two can definitely tear the house down, and it would be something interesting to see. But as far as everyone else on this list, I mean that was the only one that was selfishly all mine. But everyone else on this list, I would absolutely love to see, and thank you for listening. If you made it this far, don't forget to like it, subscribe to our channel if you're not subscribed, and hit us up in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Detractors are welcome too. Roast us if you have to. We love to engage with you. But anyway, thanks for listening. On to the next one. We'll see you next time. SmarkTank Revolution.